20 years ago, when I chose to take a road less traveled, it has forever changed my life. Today, when I'm standing here today, beaming with pride, I am telling you my journey that has begun 20 years ago. When I was the only student in a class of 30 to take fine arts as a main subject, where my friends, my cousins were aiming for engineering, medical and accountancy, I chose interior design. Not because one day I know it will bring me here, but I really wanted to see art and design come alive in real-time spaces. Basically, where everybody is choosing a safer path, I chose an uncertain road filled with creativity, chaos, and colors. Hello everyone. I am Prernaa Mangla, Creative Director and founder of MWM Spaces. We are an interior design company in Gurgaon. We are a bootstrapped company with 100 plus employees and 500 plus projects done till date. And I am here to share, design has not just shaped my career, it has shaped me as a person. So let's start with my first step. When I got straight out of college, I got a project, a turnkey project, which means design plus build. It was a guardhouse in front of a famous building in Gurgaon. Yes, it was just a guardhouse. Sounds simple and easy, right? But it has taught me so many important lessons that I am using till date. What it has taught me? It has taught me how to hire a contractor, how to hire a freelancer to do the 3D work, how to ask parents for advance money, how to manage timelines, quality, and I failed in all of them. Yes, I failed in all of them. I didn't earn a single penny out of it, but I learned life's most important lessons, what not to do. Never hire an unqualified labor. Always ask your client for advances before starting a project. Always plan your work properly. And more importantly, don't try to make anybody happy. So now let's talk about how design has been a great teacher in my life. Like this, design has taught me more than any classroom can ever could. Design has taught me, it has not just taught me life skills, it had given me a deeper study of whatever spaces I have built. And I'm lucky enough to build offices, restaurants, experience centers, homes, villas, and even a meditation center. I didn't know how much planning does it take. So let's start with the first office that I have built. It was for 500 employees. I was standing on a site, lost completely. I was looking at my own maps as they were a GPS. Then when I got the first restaurant, I got trained inside a real back kitchen. I didn't know how much planning and precision does it take to make food. I didn't know how brand values can change the office culture through design, but I have learned. I have adapted, and I've applied to 100 plus restaurant and offices that I have built. Through these multiple experiences, what else I have learned? I have learned project management. At the age of 21, suddenly my boss asked me, it was the first job, suddenly my boss asked me to go to the site and fill up for a supervisor who has just decided to vanish from the site. And then I have to handle labor, electrician, carpet guys, paint guys, and I learned project management there and then. I have learned cultural sensitivity through designs. When I was designing for Japanese people, I have learned how particular they are. When I was designing a Korean restaurant, I learned how colorful they are. I also have learned business scaling through design. I have built a lot of business center all over India and play zones, multiple experience centers. I have learned customer behavior through the multiple restaurants I have believed, how the customer behave and how should we design for them. And I have learned child psychology through the through the school I have got to build, through the play zones I have got to build. And that is the beauty of this profession. It allows us not just to shape physical experiences, but human experiences. Talking about experiences, interior design is not just about designing homes. Interior design is much more than that. It's about, for example, I have got to design BMW and Mercedes events. I have got to design Microsoft Experience Center. I have even got to design Sachi Stupa Light and Sound Show. I have never imagined I will get exposed to the industries like these. So design has given me thrill to understand each client's journey. And even today, when I hand over, it gives me goosebumps that I'm able to design that. Design has even, when I was delivering my second child, I have joined back just after 10 days. And not because of any pressure, but because of the love for this art. And each project isn't just a brief, it's a window into a new lifestyle, a new story, one that I hope will inspire and nurture families, including my own. I am very fortunate to have a family who has supported me. My team has supported me to balance motherhood and even work. Now let's talk about how designs us, each one of us. It is not just about creating, it's about transforming. When we design consciously, we realize how it deeply affects not only our life, but the way we interact, the way we talk, the way we function. It's easy to assume that designing is about just how the things look, but it is actually about how things function. Let me give you an example for that. If you decide to place a mandir in a foyer, you think it's a beautiful idea, but it can create a morning chaos at your home. When you decide to put a TV in your living room, you think it's a harmless addition, but it can affect your precious family time. And even on the other hand, people think having a TV in your living room can bring togetherness. Let's just talk about a small decorative vase. If it's coming in a way every day, it is just stressing you out. Then talk about kitchen islands. If you have an open kitchen, you're bringing togetherness. If you have a galley kitchen, it's not together. So design is not just about, that's why I say design is about 30% aesthetic and 70% functionality and experiences. Let's take an example of Taj Mahal and even the smartphones you're carrying in your hands. All are just human designs. So it has to be thoughtful and functional. So now the question is, if the design can affect our emotions, our habits, can it shape us as individuals? Can it shape us as society? I believe it can. It had definitely changed me completely. Through the multiple experience I have, through the design I have done for all individuals from all walks of life, I have become more empathetic. I have now understood each client's need. I have become more empathetic towards their emotions through their daily challenges, and I understand that properly. So what is the designer's role? How can we, if we know that it affects so much, how can we shape it? Like, for example, how can a designer can help you? He can or she can solve your clutter problem. Out of the 100 clients I meet, 99 ask me to create more storages. But the answer is not more storage. The answer is your organizing habits. You should declutter your house, and a designer can teach you how to organize your wardrobe through the different kind of shelving units they will propose. A designer can help you with colors of your bedroom. It can reduce your stress level and your beauty sleep. And a designer will arrange a furniture in a way that you can have better interactions through your family. And a kitchen with a natural light can improve your moods and energies. Even it can increase a sales in a showroom. There's a study which says if there is a clear signage and a better navigation plan, you can increase sales up to 10 to 20%. So a good designs give you breathing room for your things, for your thoughts, and for your peace. It helps you to organize not only your stuff, but your life. What is a designer's responsibility? As I reflect back at my journey, I realize design is not about creating a space, it is about making that experience. We shape homes that become memories. We build restaurants that where love blossoms. We create offices where careers are made. And we tell stories through spaces. Interior design at its heart is storytelling. A story, a good space has a rhythm, flow, and purpose. A great story has a sign of rhythm, purpose, and flow. That is how a design should be. And here are my final thoughts. Design us, each one of us. As I look back at my career, I am thankful for the opportunities I have had, and I'm excited for the new things that happen, new stories that going to build, new experience that I can make, and new spaces that will be created. We have the power to shape the world around us. Now, the question is, how can we harness this power so that the design that is created, it can inspire, it can uplift, and it can empower us. How can we design spaces, products, and experiences that the well-being and the creativity and the connectivity get increased? By exploring the relationship between human and design through uncovering these functionality and these deeper understanding how design us, we can make a design better. We can uncover and shape the life of the people. And use the knowledge to create more thoughtful, intentional, and human-centered designs. Design is not just about what we create, but what creates us. It influences how we love, work, and grow. For example, automation has made our life easy, but it has made us lazy as well. The elevators are a great invention. It speed up our daily task, but it is somewhere leading us to lesser physical activities, obesity maybe. And think about the simplest sofa. We have never thought that it can help us in daily physical health, but we need to go back to our traditional floor sitting to understand that. And even think about the smartphones that you are using. It is a great invention. Our way of working in a daily life has increased so efficiently, but it has decreased our attention span. So let's design more thoughtfully. Let's design to solve. Let's design to empower. Let's design to uplift. And let's design to create a better world. In the end, I will say, somewhere, someone is waiting for a space to make and to bring it to life that only you can do.